my head, my face instead of my feet this morning, and I'm on an early drive to an appointment, but I wanted to hop on and just talk for a few minutes about some more about sassy habits. So it would be really cool if I had like a plan or some notes or something, but I don't. So, and this is the first talking that I've done, so here we are. All right, so let's go back to and talk a little bit more about I Am Nourished. What I know about the nourishing plan that we're on is that it really does work, and I think the reason that it works is because it's a little bit lower calories. Now we are really, really committed to the protein amount that's needed. Excuse me. But we are still, it's lower, it's really low, it's quite low carbohydrates. And so knowing that and being in that position where that low carbohydrate is, it's a thing. So I know my doctor told me to try to be below 50 grams of carbohydrates. I think by some definitions and standards, that is actually keto. And it's not hard to do on this plan because you're only having your oatmeal or your grains with breakfast, but you are still having fruit twice a day, 6 ounces of fruit. So this morning, my breakfast, I brought an apple and I made myself a shake. And in my shake, I did a cup of cottage cheese, a scoop of chocolate protein powder, and a little bit of water, some ice, and 1 ounce of dry oatmeal. So that's pretty simple, and I did not calculate the calories because mostly I look for the the protein grams, and a cup of cottage cheese has 30, and a scoop of protein powder has 25. So I'm at 55 grams of protein, which is going to help me to get all the way through until lunch. So that's basically what is happening there. Now I have to just look at it's that, like, you can calculate the calories out, and it is going to be. So I've got the fruit. Now, what did I not get because I was in a rush this morning? Well, if I'd put in part of instead of all cottage cheese, if I had put in some yogurt, then that would have gotten me the probiotic that I'm looking for every day. And if I had popped in a little, like a scoop of hemp hearts or something like that, then we're talking about the omegas. And I missed those as I was rushing out this morning. And so I will have to make those up. But that's the other thing that I really love about Sassy Habits is that it's very forgiving. It's very forgiving. And I really like that. Like, if you can get to the place where you're really not participating a lot in, for me, I don't do gluten, and I'm not doing sugar. For the plan in general, if you can tolerate gluten, then you can use that as your carbohydrate, but we recommend, just doing something as close to real food as possible, because of the processing is what's really hurting us as a country, as a people. The processing of the food is what's turning it into basically poison for us. So anyway, so that's kind of the idea with the Sassy Habits. So looks like we're getting a good look here this morning. Greetings from Russia. Good morning. Well, good morning on my side of the world, maybe not yours. I don't know what time it is in Russia. But I'm guessing, because my son served there actually several years ago, and I remember he would call us on Sunday night very late because so I think it's like a 12-hour difference maybe. And so, yeah. Anyway, um, okay, the food. So I am nourished. We're still talking about that a little bit. So with your breakfast, that's when you're going to get your grain carbohydrate or your potato or something like that. And with your lunch, you're still getting a fruit. But you're looking for that, 4 to 6 ounces of protein, and you're looking for not 4 to 6 ounces of protein, but like meat, 4 to 6 ounces of meat, and then that is going to be your protein source. Or you can do eggs, or you can do beans. So if you're doing eggs or beans or those things, then you have to calculate and just make sure that you're getting enough protein. And you may need to, if you're doing eggs, I like to add egg whites because I want more protein, but not necessarily more fat. If you find yourself hungry during the day, so part of it is that you might be a little bit hungry between meals because you're working on not snacking, and again, that's from a habit or a decision making reasons. And so with that, you're going to want to make sure that you're nourishing yourself, but also that in between you might want to use something like the MetaPower oil that we have, essential oil that you can put in your water. They also have it as a beadlet. They have it as so you can just pop that in your mouth when you're hungry. There's a gum, right? So you can do all those things, and I can hook you up with any of that if you just put it in the chat. I won't be able to do it while I'm driving, obviously, but while we are, I'll follow up afterwards and help if you want any of that kind of stuff. So anyway, so yeah, as you look at and through, if you're wanting to look at and through the Sassy Habits program, or if you want more information about that, I can get you connected to our Facebook group where you can learn more about it. We have had some people who've had some really great success with the program. We had one gal who lost over 70 pounds. Now, she didn't do it all in 90 days. Oh my gosh, my apple just fell under my feet. And there's that wiggly thing. She didn't do it all in the 90-day period. But we had a number of people who lost at least, gosh, my thing is really, because I'm going up a hill. People lost at least 30 to 40 pounds, and even during the 90 days, people lost 30 to 40 pounds. And it's just because you're shifting, and your body is shifting with what it is that we promote and work with. You're eating real food. You're eating real food, and you're working to make sure that you're getting all of those. We have that acronym FAPOP, F-A-P-O-P, which is fiber, antioxidants, protein, omega-3s, and probiotics. That's what you're looking for, because that's what your body needs every time you eat. And so those are the things. Your focus is more on getting the stuff that you need and less on what you're missing out on. And as you become unaddicted to sugar, it gets just so much easier. And so that's like a huge piece of it. And so, yeah, that's just kind of what you're looking for and looking at. And I don't really know what else to say about it. So if you have any other questions about it, just feel free to pop them in the chat. I actually can see the chat from my vantage point. And so if there's any questions about it, if you're wanting to join our Facebook group, I will respond to your comments after I stop. So if you would like to participate in that, then go ahead and just pop that in the chat, and I'll be happy to connect you with the information about that. So anyway, I don't know if any of you are repeat guests, but would love to know if you are enjoying the visits that that we usually are having each morning as we are um, doing different things for the morning time. Um, yeah, so I've just been basically trying to give you some information about that. So um, my sister is the one who helped, like she's the co-founder of Sassy Habits, and she is able to get on like Monday or Tuesday, and so hopefully we'll have her live with us one day next week. But she's doing the plan again as well, and a lot of times people will be like, okay, what is the plan, and like why do you do it, and why do you stop doing it? And I'll tell you the reason that I stopped. I can't speak for everyone, but I know the reason that I stopped doing it is because somehow I got it in my mind that I would like to have sugar back in my life. And what I've learned about sugar is that it's just basically a rage baiter, right? It messes with your hormones so bad, and it makes you unhappy. It causes inflammation in the body and just has, all that kind of stuff. And so with that being the case, you really do, just like it's backsliding is really the bottom line. If you're quitting, if I'm quitting, it's because I'm backsliding into something that I really don't want. In my mind, I think, oh, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I am a little bit like an alcoholic when it comes to sugar. It's better if I really just don't participate at all, rather than, um, rather than going on and acting like maybe I can do that. But it's just better if I don't, truly. And but once you get unaddicted from sugar, it really is. And also, I found it's not. Once you know that you can live without it, and I have lived without it for like years at a time. Once you know that you can live without it, it's easier to do. But sometimes it's harder to convince your brain that it's easier to do, which is why it's just better to opt out of it entirely instead of being like, oh, I'll have a little bit kind of here and there, and oh, I'll have a little bit again. The other thing that really makes it work is the decision, because once you have made the decision that you're done with these things, once you've decided to opt out of the chaos that processed food is causing in your life, then you have that decision. Once you've made it, and when you really make it, then you really know, because you feel different inside of your body. You're just like, yes, I have decided that this is not the life that I want, and so I am choosing out of this life. And once you've made that decision, then you have so much more power in your life, and it's just so. But getting to the decision, the point of decision, and I've wished that there was something that I could tell you that would be like the thing and that would make it so you can actually do it. But I'll tell you a few of the factors that have helped so much with it, and that is, number one, having a buddy. Like having a buddy that you can rely on. Even if your buddy is quitting from time to time and you're quitting from time to time, like it's possible that you will collude with one another on this, and basically talk yourselves out of all of the things. But it's more likely that you will not, or that you will be able to basically help yourself onto a better, oh, this is what you're doing. Okay, now I get it. I'll be heading back over to the other lane. Okay. Yeah, so even if your buddy is, let me say this again. You might have a situation where your buddy is not staying on plan, is not doing it, and then you feel very alone. So reach out and get another buddy. Like have 4 or 5 buddies. That's been like the biggest thing that's been helpful, is if you don't tie it all up into one person, that like if they're cheating, then you're just like, well, what the heck? Why am I keeping on going? You're going for you. Like you have your own reasons for sticking with a plan of better health for yourself. And so let those reasons be really important to you, and let your opinion about why you're doing these things, let that matter more than anything else matters to you, more than other people or whatever. The buddy is helpful, but you're also going to be a strength to them. And then also the Sassy Habits community can be really supportive. We don't have a lot of active people in it right now, but I think, I don't know, I'm reaching out. We're changing a few things. I mean, not changing, but like re-engaging with a lot of our people. And so there may be more. And if you join the community, then you do have that opportunity to have more people that are there basically to help. And so with that being the case, that's really, really a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing. And the other thing that's really helped is cleaning up my emotions. And that's probably been the biggest help. The buddies are super helpful because they help with your emotions, but really your emotions are running your life so much of the time. And with that being the case, if the emotions are running your life, then you definitely want to get into a better position so that you are not having that situation be the thing all the time, is that it's your emotions that are running your life. So anyway, those are just a few of the thoughts that I have this morning. Thanks so much for joining me. And I will look for you again tomorrow. See you later.